Hello, soul family. So, right now we are experiencing the new moon in Leo energies. And what I'm feeling that for many of you, this is going to be a heavy transition. Now, nothing that you aren't used to or you haven't already dealt with, but at this point, for many of you, this can feel exhausting, and you are like, oh my God, not again. I need a break. But amongst that resistance, that feeling that you are done with this journey, done with all the shadow work and inner work and your beliefs reprogramming and all that, amongst all that, you still feel more and more courageous, brave, forward, progressive towards your journey and healing. And that's commendable. The old fears, limits, lack, challenges may come up in your 3D, in your thoughts, in your dreams to challenge you, to pull you back into those old way of thinking, into doubting yourself and doubting your journey and your worth. They are not going to affect you as much. But again, because it's a new moon and it's a strong one with all the other planetary placements and transits going on, Jupiter just went retrograde. So you might need to focus on how you manage your finances and material stuff. Are you overgiving? Are you not generous at all? Where you can exercise generosity for yourself, like towards yourself and towards your community, towards your family, towards others. And doesn't have to be always in terms of money. It could be about the attention, time, or kindness that you show to each other and to yourself. So starting right off the bat, that is kind of the theme that I am tapping to. Even though times might be challenging for some of you, can you still be kind and generous? Can you still give and maintain and respect your own boundary, your own needs, and make sure that you are receiving as well as you go from moment to moment? Especially among the light worker collective, I have seen this pattern and I have seen it in myself also. So I talk about it. And we are very, very good at giving people, services, gifts, money, energy, healing, positivity. But when we are aware that we need to be at the receiving end of that right now my being needs to receive the love, the abundance, the kindness that I put out all the time. We kind of avoid it, shrink smaller, uh, don't feel worthy enough or receiving and open enough to let all that blessings in. So I think that is something we are working through during this new moon Leo energy. This is about owning your shit, stepping up into that lion energy and taking those pride steps because you run a damn hit show. You run your own show and you gotta own it and be proud of it. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what comes up as additional messages for us today. For me personally, I am going through a lot of changes in my um, career and professional life, or to sum up, in the material aspects of life as well. And I am being called to show up in ways that I have only imagined in very casual daydreams. And I'm so surprised that those casual thinking and wishes were indication of a future timeline that I am supposed to be going through right now, to claim back my own narrative of this life and my own story, and how I tell that story about my journey of Meghma and Ego Alchemist. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like I kind of posted this morning about if anybody else is feeling the new moon lion portal reset. So this is a whole reset happening where we are being given the choice to restructure how we want to tell our own stories. This is very big, and it's exhilarating, it's exciting. So much powers are being granted, so much support is being granted right now to the collective to claim your story and your narrative. So if you're feeling this, claim it, step up to it. You're gonna mess up in the beginning, you're gonna feel that you did not get it right, and you want to stumble, make mistakes, feel embarrassed. But with every one of those bloopers, you will learn a valuable lesson that is going to work out in your favor. So go for it. Get messy. Get your hands and clothes dirty. You're going to come out of this golden. So the post that I'm talking about this is a story basically that I shared on my Instagram story, and I asked if anybody is feeling the reset, and I did that when I was on the road, and there was a car in front of me, and the number plate said 4321. So it's in a synchronistic arithmetic progression, but in the reverse order, 4321. And that told me that we are being pulled back to a square one situation, like you are back to where you are started. Many of you might be going through this, maybe in terms of career, in terms of relationship, in terms of, I don't know, of the profession you choose, or your finances, or what you want to do in life, and how to redefine yourself. Many of you will be finding yourself in square one, and that on the surface could be a very disheartening experience or feedback from the external, because you think you have lost so much experience, time, and precious energy. But this is good. You're not starting from level one, even though you feel you are starting in the same place. You're starting as a different person, a spiritually trained, upgraded, evolved, awoken person. And you are going to just do it differently, more efficiently, creatively, and magically. I'll jump onto the cards and see what they want to add into this channeled message. I knew I had to do this message for this new moon because strong signals were coming in that I need to put out. And as soon as I turned the recording button on, oh my God, you can see how the messages are just flowing in for you guys. The spirits, the universe really wants you to look at this time as not a setback. If that's where your mind is going to, it's a trick, it's an old belief, it's to keep you in those old cycles of lack and limit and fear. So if you are watching this, and if you're feeling the reset, and if you find yourself in the square one, don't be disheartened. This is actually your chance to do things your way and show to the world that you can be successful, you can be happy, content, by being yourself and sharing that frequency. Your uniqueness, your story is needed. It has a place in the collective grid. To share it, share yourself, share your magic. Okay, we have a bunch of amazing cards that came out during the poll. Wow. So I have like 3 pairs of cards. And the first pair is the Emperor and the Fool. Yeah. The Emperor, this strong, old, wise tree that is so connected with the source energy. And this is where this tree draws its power, its wisdom, and flows all that into the earth, anchors that direction, that divine consciousness and intelligence into the earth, and shares that with the collective so they may use all that knowledge and downloads to lead their life. This is the emperor energy. This is the energy of awe, of inspiration, of authority, of leading. And this is where you are going, although we are just beginning to take that baby step. This is the zeroth card, the Fool. This is one of my favorite cards in any tarot deck. I love the energy of the Fool card. It talks about taking that leap of faith, jumping off that metaphorical cliff and trusting that the universe is going to hold you. This is one of the scariest and the most rewarding thing that we can do in our lives. But yes, it is hell scary, but to become the emperor from a baby bird, you know, the journey from taking that first step and reaching to that mountain top where you are going to spread out, you're going to set up your kingdom, your throne, your cabinet and stuff. It's a long road. It's a winding road. That's a big evolution that is in the cards right there. And even if you are just taking the first step and you feel incapable, unworthy, not ready, know that you have been already set on a path to be the emperor, to anchor your divine masculine energy and take that action to not only provide for your own feminine needs, wants, and flow, but to extend that to the collective, to the people around you, to Gaia herself. This is a powerful calling, and because it's such a big, massive, and powerful calling, you might be feeling the weight of it right now, and that might get you a little scared, and that's okay. It's very human to be afraid of things that we don't know, understand, and things that is overwhelming to your current state. But remember, when you get there, where you are setting up and ruling and minding your own empire, your own kingdom, you wouldn't be the same person as today. Through the trials and tribulations that you are so afraid of, you will be forged into the emperor or empress. This is an esoteric energy. It is not based on gender. This represents your ability to direct, to take actions, find solutions and implement them and create that magic in the physical world and stay strong in your principles and share your light from that place. The second pair of cards that we have today is very interesting. Father of Wands and Mother of Wands. Wands is the passionate energy, is the fire energy. The new moon energies are dealing with the Leo archetype, which is a fiery sign. And I feel that this is the calling of igniting that fire within you. And both both in the feminine and the masculine polarities and aspects within us. Take that fiery action, be aggressive, charge with all your energy. Don't be afraid. Burn any obstacles and resistance that stand in your way. And also to tap into the cool flame of the Mother of Wands, protecting her dreams, hopes, and potential. And the future timelines, protect that, nurture that, keep them warm, keep them alive with your life force. Who else will keep your dreams, hopes, and goals alive and living and nourish them? You have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else will even understand fully what your dreams and hopes are. You gotta think about them, nurture them, protect them, and tap into them to harness your creative energy. Mother of Wands is a very strong creative force of energy. And you can see the orange red colors that reminds me of the sacral and the solar plexus chakras, which are the centers of our will and our creativity, our ability to connect and express ourselves and project our essence outward. So tap into all those fiery aspects of you. So the sixth and the fifth chakra are calling strongly right now. So maybe meditate on that and see how you can work on healing them, harnessing them, channeling them. This is going to really, really help into stepping up and taking that leap of faith. And remember, you are worthy of this energy. This is within you. If you're not feeling it yet, if you're not seeing it yet in the external, doesn't mean it's not there. And the last pair of cards that we have today is Temperance and the Seven of Swords. First, let me talk about the Seven of Swords, right? This is kind of a warning card for me. Seven of Swords talks about secrets. It talks about illusions and sometimes even betrayal. The message here is if you're still hiding parts of yourself, and you're thinking, maybe I do not need to expose that to the world doesn't need to see that, maybe there are enough already out there, or maybe it's a dark shade of humor or of understanding of this world, and you think the world only wants positivity right now. It could be anything, but there is an aspect that you are not quite showing up to the world because you think either it is not required, it's not as worthy to be expressed, or you fear to be judged, or you just don't understand what is the purpose behind it. Your job is not to think about that. If you have something to share, and if you believe that it holds a key to shift the consciousness of the planet, no matter how dark and disowned it is by the society or the external world, find a way to talk about it, to express it. If not publicly to others, at least have an inner dialogue, inner conversation. What aspects of you are you still holding back? Why are you doing it?